Hi, I'm Vicki, co-author of Your Money or Your Life, and welcome to the new yourmoneyyourlife.info website. Your Money or Your Life presents a 9-step program for personal financial transformation that was developed by my co-author Joe Dominguez. And we taught this program all the way up until 1997 when he died. And I've continued on and recognized in the last year that the material in the book, while classic, needed a facelift, an update. We needed to weed out the old statistics, bring in new stories, and actually amend some things that have become obsolete. So I undertook with my two colleagues, Monique Tilford and Mark Zafman, to do this revised and updated for the 21st century, Your Money or Your Life. And Your Money or Your Life presents a practical and transformational program for earning, spending, and saving money. And in this time of economic meltdown, people are trying to regain control over money in their lives. And this program really lets you do that, not out of fear, but out of awakening. There are actually 3 core awakenings that people have as they go through the 9-step program in Your Money or Your Life. Now, the first one is that money is life energy. See, our common economic idea of money is that it's a store of value, it's a means of exchange. Every time you get ends to meet, somebody moves the other end. But actually, the only definition of money that is real to you and me, our personal definition of money, is that we trade the hours of our very real and limited lives for the money in our wallet. And so we better make that exchange good. Now, we ask people to do something that we call calculate their real hourly wage. Your nominal wage might be $15 an hour, but after you take into account all the extra money you spend on car fare and daycare and taxes, and after you take into account also all the extra time you spend for your job, not the 8 hours a day, but the commuting back and forth, the extra time getting extra education, all of that factored in, that $15 an hour might be $5 an hour. Most people do find that their real hourly wage is a third or a quarter of what they thought. So that $5 equals 1 hour of your life. You take that into your shopping and it transforms the way you buy things. And that leads to the second big awareness, is that people who follow the program in this book shift from an ethic of more is better and there's never enough to a happiness with having enough and no more. And so how you do this is you start to recognize as you go about your shopping and you're calculating how much of your life energy you're pouring into this purchase. You say, okay, is this part of my survival needs? I mean, those needs you must have. Is these comforts? Are these things that make my life better but are not crucially necessary? Are these luxuries, things that make my life better and sweeter, but also, or is this contributing to what we call clutter? All of those purchases that are more than enough, that you don't really need, that actually start to put you in debt, that you have to store, fix, clean, your stuff. So basically you begin to discern between how much is enough and when more is not better. And the third awakening is putting money in service to your values rather than life in service to your money. And you do this by, when you buy something, you ask, is this really bringing me happiness in proportion to the hours of my life I've invested in it? And is it taking me where I want to go in life? Is it contributing to my dreams, my true dreams and goals and commitments and values for my life? Or is it just stuff? So when you have those 3 awakenings, you go into a state that we call FI, or financially independent thinking. Financially independent thinking is you are independent of the bamboozle, if you will, that the consumer culture brings to you, that every problem is solved by a product. So you become independent. You be able to decode the consumer culture, and you're also able to understand, to know down to a penny where your money is coming from and where it's going. You liberate yourself from spending all of your time on just the whole process of what Joe used to call making a dime, the 9 to 5 to your 65, because it's not making a living. You liberate yourself from that, and you stand on a firm foundation of having enough and then some. So welcome to the site. I hope you come back often. We're going to be blogging here. We're going to be relating what happens in the world and what happens in our personal financial lives to the program In Your Money, Your Life, and offering many more resources. So welcome and thank you for coming.